Alright class, settle down, class is in session. Everyone get to your seats. Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome back to Don't Starve, welcome back to summer! As you can see, it stopped snowing, I don't need a hat anymore, and we're just going to allow ourselves to slowly go insane while I catch more and more of these rabbits. As you can see, I've got 2 boxes of the damn things. Gonna need to build a box for those guys, for a 3rd one. And pretty soon we'll be summoning Krampus. But there are some other, summer activities that we're going to have to get through. And one of those I'm going to show you while I'm chopping down wood, because I do need a lot more wood. Let's just put that there. Get all these rabbits in here. Now, when summer comes around, you get a new variant of wolves coming to attack your camp. And these guys are the fire wolves. The interesting thing about them is that they burn down all of your stuff. So, to deal with that, you have to have some sort of strategy to prevent them from burning down any valuable resources while they're rampaging through your base. Specifically, when they die, they tend to explode and leave gibbly bits everywhere that ignite all your nice stuff on fire. So what you want to do for this is find a nice open patch, and you're going to want to make that your safety zone for dealing with large wolf waves. Now, by this time, you should have at least some hound's teeth. If you don't, you can always make a bee mine instead, but I'm going to show you how to make a summer trap field to help you deal with those summer wolf attacks, because you don't necessarily want to be dragging these guys through the beefalo herds, and you certainly don't want to be fending them off near your base camp, so you need a separate base or something to deal with them. So, we're just collecting up all the wood we're going to need. We're also going to need a lot of rope. One of the other things I'm going to try and do is find a tree guard, because we're going to need one of those relatively soon. Once my sanity hits low enough, we're going to want to summon a tree guard so we can get that living log or whatever, so that we can build our nightmare or shadow manipulator, the thing that lets you make magic, basically. So those are going to be our immediate objectives. They aren't necessarily going to happen quickly. It sometimes takes forever to get a tree guard to show up. I could chop down trees for 2 years straight in this game and not get a tree guard. It's happened before. But on the other hand, it's not crucial to get one, so, that's fine. Technically speaking, you never actually need to get a nightmare manipulator or shadow manipulator or whatever it's called. Okay, so once I've gotten enough wood, I'm going to go back to base camp. I'm going to pick up my teeth. And I'm going to need to get a lot more grass while I'm at it, since this is another grass-intensive project. So let's just go check out where that all is. It's mostly in the beefalo herds. I'll pick up that rabbit on the way back. And let's pick up some manure while we're up here as well. As you can see, it's actually still technically winter. It's just that, it's warm enough that I can be out here without a jacket and without a hat, so it's fine. I should actually put on my football helmet just in case, because you never know what'll happen. It also frees up an extra slot, so you may as well always be wearing at least, your helmet. Since it doesn't degrade when you're wearing it, it only degrades when you're getting hit. And yeah, this is basically going to be this day, is collecting resources for this next trap field project. Because, honestly, it's a very resource-intensive way to defend yourself. The only advantage of it is that you won't lose the beefalo herds, and you won't lose, your base. Those are all very nice considerations to have for a defensive system. Now, you don't have to do this in your first summer. I'm just showing you how to do it in your first summer if you want to. Technically, I wouldn't assume that you would have to do this until about day 100 or so. At that point in time, it's much more important that you have something, because if you use beefalos to defend against the hounds every single wave, eventually the beefalo will get wiped out. And they're sort of non-renewing if you wipe all of them out at the same time. Okay, well, we got plenty of time still, so we're gonna go switch over and check for rabbits. Should have plenty. There's one. And I kind of want to have about 30 of them before I go to try and summon Krampus, since if I don't have enough, it becomes very awkward trying to make up for that. And again, Krampus is not really something you need to do as a project. It's one of those projects that you just sort of do if you kind of have free time, if you wanted to do something interesting. The item he drops is pretty useful. He drops a sack that contains, or can hold, I think, 12 items instead of the 8 that your normal backpack does. But, I mean, as useful as that is, it's not necessary. It's not mandatory. Alright, so let's stuff these boxes full of rabbits. Perfect. And, yeah, let's chop down, I suppose, one more tree, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. Now, if I do get a tree guard, which is what I want to do, which is why I'm chopping down so many trees, make sure you've got an inventory full of pine cones, because even if you're trying to get a tree guard, you generally only want to fight one at a time. When you have pine cones in your inventory and drop them near him, as in plant trees near him, he'll stop chasing you potentially. You have to drop several of them before it happens, but if you do that, it helps protect you against a tree guard if they decide to attack you like 6 on 1 or whatever. I think as many as 3 at a time can spawn, so you don't want to be fighting more than 1 at a time. Let's go into our machines here. Let's go make ourselves some rope. And this is the perfect sort of nighttime activity. Be nice if there was a button that just mass-produced all this stuff. Anyhow, while I'm at it, I'm going to toss some food in the good old crock pot. Gonna make myself a honey ham to eat. And I should probably actually put all that meat on the drying racks, but I'll do that come morning. Anyhow, let's go in here. Let's look for our hound's teeth. I've only got 2 on me, but I've got plenty in my inventory. Okay, so it's under fight, if I recall. Yes, tooth trap. And we're just going to fill up our inventory with tooth traps for now. Okay, that'll do. And looks like I'll be having to eat that ham right away, essentially. Let's go put away our eggs as well here while we're at it. Gives us another slot to make another tooth trap. Perfect. We're looking good again. Kind of wish it didn't recover quite that much sanity, because I am trying to go insane here, but I can always just jump in and out of that wormhole, so not too bad. I don't really need a boomerang with me, but I may as well keep it just in case I see Koalefant tracks. It makes it a little bit easier. The boomerang is much more helpful in sort of winter, because you can use it to hunt McTusks. Okay, let's drop these off first. Okay, so your summer defense camp, you want it sort of in a nice open area with no grass, no twigs or anything like that. Nothing that can catch on fire. And all you do is you drop down a ton of these tooth traps in a sort of circle. You're not necessarily going to have enough in your first summer to drop them off like this, but this is how you defend yourself, how you best defend yourself in summer. Now, some people recommend placing bait, like some sort of meat, in between these, in the center of this circle. I don't actually think that's necessary. I just stand in the middle of it myself, and they'll come and attack you plenty fine that way. Okay, so we're out of string here, so let's continue looking for rope. Or grass, I suppose. And building more of those tooth traps, since once we've got them all laid down, we're going to be pretty secure. And, well, actually, no, we're going to have to wait a little while before that all grows back, so I suppose there are other things I could try doing right now, but there's not a whole lot that needs doing. I'm going to keep an eye out for sort of Koalefant trunks while I'm out here. I'm going to probably also start looking for Chester again. If I look around the map here, all sorts of different places that I sort of haven't looked through as well as I could have. You know, there's a lot of different places that he could potentially be. So, keep an eye out for him, but I'm not going to necessarily hold my breath. I'm going to find him. There's a section here near these swamps that might have something. So, might as well go down there since it's near the roads. Still have bees hovering around there. That's peculiar. As far as the frogs haven't killed them. Anyway. Yeah, not a whole lot needs being said right now. There's not a whole lot to do that's absolutely necessary. It's just sort of me trying to get control of the situation a little bit. I might actually have to go back and check the spider situation, see how they're doing, but I think we're doing okay there as well. Last I recall. And if not, I can show you how to fight. Oh, there's Chester. Okay, well that was a fast adventure. Now, to be honest, I'm not actually sure how much I need him right now. In fact, he's not showing up. Where the heck? Chester? There he is. Okay, so, you know, he's basically a chest. He follows you around, you put items in him. And that's about it. He's fairly useful for increasing your carrying capacity, but in all honesty, I don't find him that necessary, so I don't usually fret if I don't find him. Quite typically, in fact, I run off with my walking stick and he gets left behind so far that he doesn't show up and gets stuck on terrain, so usually I don't have him anyway, or there's a lot of times where I don't have him anyway. Anyhow, our sanity is nice and slowly degrading. That spider's nest is still only level 2, so I suppose we should go check on our other spider nest friends. Actually, no, I took that down if I recall. Well, let's just go check our rabbit boxes. I suppose that's all we can really do right now. I think we should be able to summon Krampus relatively soon. Oh yeah, we got a good haul of rabbits here. Now remember, I'm not getting these to eat. Eating rabbits is really inefficient. It takes basically like, you can catch about as many rabbits per day as you would end up eating. So you end up just wasting all your time eating rabbits. Here you go, Chester. Okay. Spend your entire day basically hunting rabbits, and it's really boring and it's really inefficient. When you could be doing other things like finding Chester, adventuring through the swamps, you know, building useful things, and all that other good stuff that's not hunting rabbits and eating them in an endless meatball consumption orgy, like you see a lot of people do. And, you know, that's fine. It lets you survive if that's all you really want to do, but when you really want to get other things done, hunting rabbits for food, just not the way to do it. Okay, let's see here. Perfect. Okay, I think we're going to have enough that we're pretty likely to get ourselves the required soul fuel, or nightmare fuel, sorry. Another thing to worry about, this is another reason I don't like Chester, is that he tends to walk on traps. It's kind of awful. But anyway, let's go. What kind of bird is this again? That's a red bird. Okay, well, let's get him as well. That broke our trap. That's unfortunate. But you can also use these red birds to summon Krampus, so I'll add him into that queue. Gonna need another box. Anyway. Let's get ourselves a dinner ready. Started migrating the things I wanted to eat over to that box, but need honey, so let's go do that. And I'm gonna have to harvest honey again soon as well anyway, so let's also take that out. Get that fresh meat out of there. And we'll sleep by the tent tonight, I suppose. Just want to get rid of this in particular because that's going pretty bad. But you can see how much more efficient this is when you've got your stuff spaced correctly. It's so much easier. Oh well. Anyway, I'm going to go build another bird nest because I do want to eventually have one of each bird type. So that would be nice. It's useless, but it's nice. Anyway, get ourselves this. You know, just for sake of guaranteed blackbird capture, I'm gonna go drop it somewhere where there's less robins spawning, and hopefully that'll help out a little bit. But for this night, we haven't got a lot to do. We could build ourselves another box for over here if we have the wood. Yes, we do. So I'll do that, and I will see you in the morning. Welcome back. It's morning again. As you can see, we've got ourselves a little bit of a beard, so we're going to go shave that. Don't want to get too scruffy here. Get that fresh meat out of there. And we'll sleep by the tent tonight, I suppose. Just want to get rid of this in particular because that's going to go pretty bad. But you can see how much more efficient this is when you've got your stuff spaced correctly. It's so much easier. quite unlike real life. There we go. And our bees, as you can see, are back in full force, so we'll soon be able to harvest ourselves some more honey, replenish that supply. And we've got ourselves another pigman, so we could kill him, but I don't really feel like we need the meat right now. We've got too much as it is. We're just going to start chopping away at these trees here until our sanity goes down enough. Hopefully the rain is going to intensify a little bit so that our sanity starts dropping during the rain. I always find it best to get as much as you can done before you go insane. Just wait till it happens naturally, because if you don't medicate it, if you don't sleep in a tent or whatever, it will happen naturally eventually. So here is basically our method of going insane, just the slow way. I think it's perfectly acceptable. Also, if we do get the treeguard to show up, which I'm really, really hoping for, we'll have a much better chance of going insane, because he causes you to go insane if you stand near him. Anyway. If I recall correctly, it's something like a 1% drop chance. So, you know, there are not very many treeguard. Oops, that would have been awkward. And while we're at it, we also need some rocks, so we're going to go get those relatively soon. And while we're looking for rocks, we could also sort of explore, look to see if I have a spawn with caves. I forget if this particular game file that I've created has caves, or if I did this before they added the basalt. The basalt bricks, those big unbreakable things that they used to have in this, were placeholders for the sinkholes. So, also while I'm at it, dropping off my bird trap while I'm out near the rocks. The only crows spawn there. You can only get crows of the bird types there, so that'll be a good place for me to get my blackbird. So that'll be today. It's another way, yet again, keep yourself busy. Interesting things to do and see. And all of that good stuff. If I recall, my shovel is almost broken, so let's pick up this one while we're at it. Now, rocks are up here as well as the tallbirds. And while I'm at it, I'm going to show you guys something a little bit different. This is... interesting. Okay, while we're at it, I'm just going to show you how to do something a little bit different. Tallbirds are a great source of meat, and I'm saying that they're a great source of meat very, very early game. Like, when you just start, if you see a tallbird, you should kill it. And I'm going to show you how. Now, I'm taking off my helmet, and instead of equipping one of my fancy weapons, I'm going to build another new axe as well, because I don't want to do this with a broken axe. But, basically, you should be able to kill a tallbird with an axe. And you should be able to do it day one if you are careful. Chester may screw this over, so I'll probably drop my eye bone as well, but yeah, let's drop the eye bone over here. Okay, so we've got a tallbird over here. We're going to grab his egg. And that makes him angry. And all you do is move back, wait till he attacks, click on him, and just do this over and over again. They're very easy to kite. You used to be able to stun lock them, but they removed that. Now, if you screw this up, these guys do hit like trucks, so it's very imperative that you don't screw this up. But as you can see, you know, this is no problem. Ow. Okay, so if you switch weapons, it's a problem, but, you know. There. 2 pieces of meat, incredibly easy. If I didn't have that broken axe, I wouldn't have gotten a hit at all. So, you know, very good thing to hunt if you've got the skill for it, if you've got the patience for it, and if you've got the opportunity for it. Also, the egg that they drop, very useful. Hold on one second, though. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so as you can see, it was a fairly easy and efficient way to get ourselves a quick bite to eat in this game. And it's, you know, a pretty good source of meat early on as well, just in the general sense. Now, do I not have a pickaxe? I probably don't have a pickaxe. Okay, Chester, let's have you hold that. Get yourselves one of these. And we're going to obviously have to camp out tonight, since we're way the heck in the sticks. But while we're at it, you know, let's just mine up what we can. And let's also look for some basalt and sinkholes. I don't think we're in the right biome to find those, but we do have to just sort of look through for uninhabited areas. Or unexplored areas, rather. I got this niter. It's the first thing I'm going to start stuffing Chester's mouth here. Because, you know, don't really use it. Might make something out of it later. I don't really have the inventory to go adventuring properly, but let's build ourselves a torch anyway. I think that'll be enough to last the night. Not 100% sure on that, but we'll find out. And this is also a good way to sort of decrease our sanity instead of, you know, sleeping in our comfortable tent at home like normal sane people would do. And yeah, this is basically going to be just getting a few more improvements done for the summer. But like, we don't have to prepare for winter anymore, so there's a lot of pressure off of us. We don't have to worry about nearly as many things. It gives us free time to do things like dark summoning rituals. Anyway, just about night. There we go. If I do have a cave, it'll make it a little easier to explore at night, since I'll be able to get some lanterns, which are a much better light source. Again, I don't really think caves are necessary for their resources. I don't think that you need to find one. You know, they're just a fun place to sort of explore. That may change depending on how the alpha finishes off, but for now, that is how I sort of view them. There we go. I think a lot of people sort of panic during those sort of moments. You actually have a long time before the Gru shows up. Although I would have more inventory space if I put on my helmet. Just tab to check the map here. I will have to keep an eye on my last torch since I don't have another one built, but should be okay. Also, since the tab to show map radius of vision is larger than your personal radius of vision in the dark, it's a good way to see if you've missed anything important. Sounds like there's spiders near here. I don't see their nest on the map anywhere. There it is. Yeah. Trying to avoid that. I do suspect that it can turn into a spider queen. And now we're in another little rocky biome. It's a very peculiar area in a lot of ways. Okay. Oh, there's another walrus camp up here. We'll be able to go up there next winter in case we can't get the hat from the other tusks. And we're almost insane enough to start our rabbit sacrifice. Looks like there's 2 McTusks up here. Well, while we're at it, let's go hunt down this Koalefant. No reason not to, since it's a nice opportunity for it. Got ourselves our boomerang. We got Chester to hold all the extra stuff, so you know, this is a good opportunity. Unfortunately, it looks like our sanity is not decreasing quite fast enough, so I'm going to go back and jump in and out of the wormhole a little bit so that I can do the rabbit murdering right away. That way we'll be able to get Krampus, we'll be able to get all the nightmare fuel we need, and all that will be left is getting a treeguard, which is sometimes the hardest part. Some people have it incredibly easy. They just, like, cut down a tree and there's the treeguard, but that's the thing about percent chances. Sometimes they work for you, sometimes they work against you. Alright. This is a fairly long trail this guy's left me. This is a very long trail I've been left here. Okay. Fortunately, just around that spider's nest, so... Nice big circle. This is... Normally I would have found the Koalefant by now, I think. Still another one. Wow, this is a long trail of breadcrumbs here. There we go. Caught it. That's good. Okay. And once again, this is something you should all be used to by now. Killing Koalefant, nice and easy. Now again, I already have the vest, so I don't really need to keep that, so we'll be eating the Koalefant trunk tonight. Do I have enough rocks? 12? Yes, that is enough. Okay. And what we'll be doing with those 12 rocks is making one more fire pit. We've already got 2, but we're going to have 3. We're going to build one sort of by our little trap camp, I'm going to call it. And we'll use that in case we get attacked at night by the hounds. Oops. Let's avoid that. Sounds like there's some sort of vicious war going on down here. Yes, there is indeed. A lot of fishermen fighting a lot of spidermen. Or spiders, not Spider-Man. Okay. It would be a good place to go dive in for resources if they were all dead, but too many of them are alive still. Alright, then let's head on back down to base camp. I don't believe I really need any of these rabbits, so let's leave them alone for now. Oh shoot, I forgot to do something. I forgot to check my bird trap to see if there's anything in it. Well, I'll check that later. I'll cut to that at a different point, since it's not really important. It's just trying to keep my base looking a little bit nicer, a little bit more full, so... Okay, Chester, let's drag him over here. Okay, that back box is actually full. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. We're absolutely starving, so let's throw some pine cones on the fire here, so we can cook ourselves a Koalefant trunk. Chew that down.